That's it. I hold no regrets. You know, if I'd done it again, what I would do differently is I'd have pressure fighters coming at me. Okay. In the camp, we had fighters in the Philly shell, similar to the style that he always fights, or fighters against the ropes. But never fighters, well, we did have fighters coming forward, like with that style, the way he eventually went. But that was only in the early rounds. Early rounds, I'm eating guys alive there. It's when I get tired, that's when I need to bring in that fresh body who's gonna sit on my chest and let shots fly. And if I'd done that, that alone would have made that the easiest fight in my life. Because make no mistake, Carl, up until like round 5, that was the easiest fight in my life. I could see everything he was throwing. I was cracking him easily. It was only when I started fading and he started leaning on me and started coming forward in that Mexican style that I started to fade. And that's it, so. That's what I would do differently. I'd have people come pressure me when I'm tired instead of early, so.
Well, you're always pushing the boundaries with the training and the techniques that you're using. You're at the UFC High Performance Center. You know, we saw you sort of running underwater on treadmills, doing all this crazy stuff. Is there anything from this training camp that you can take into your UFC training camps now, sort of new skills that you learn?
I built an incredible engine. Make no mistake about that. Although 30 minutes is, I went 25 minutes, I got into the best shape of my life. So I'm just going to keep going with it, And then also know that, like, in this camp, it was like round 1 to 8 was the fight. And then 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 was my friends, more people I'm comfortable with, just to get to the 12th round. Because I had to get to the 12th round in sparring comfortably and safely. And if I'd done it too early, I could have picked up an injury, lost out on the fight, lost out on the whole event, and hampered everything. So that was the goal. This time, I'd probably switch it around. I'd have round 1 to 8 heavy, real competitive, and then I just have a heavier opponent on me, putting the pressure for the last 4 rounds, and I just have to survive in there. And I honestly, truly feel if I'd have done that, I would have been laughing in that fight. But look, you live and learn. That's what we say. You don't lose. You either win or you learn.
Yeah, and that saying has taken you well through your career so far. We have some water, please. Look.
Nah, vodka and orange. Look that. I'm squeezed into this suit. I got this suit fitted about a couple of months ago, and I'm squeezing into it now.
Is this one of the McGregor-Augusto?
Yeah, this is an August McGregor line. It looks like the tartan for the Scots. You know what I mean? I was thinking about that. That's why I rocked this one.
Look, you may have bought a suit. Mayweather's put an 8-foot glass picture of you in his new 19 million home in Beverly Hills. Are you going to reciprocate?
I don't know. It's some house. It's some house. What I noticed from it, fair play to him, it's some purchase, a $26 million Beverly Hills mansion. But I'm thinking, that house purchase, the tax bill off this fight, the tax bill off the previous bill, and then his good investments, I could be getting a phone call anytime soon to go again, and I'd fucking love that.
There's not out the question. There looked like there was a lot of respect between the two of you after the fight, and even in the build-up, you're enjoying yourself. I mean, if you look back at it now, what was the most memorable or enjoyable part of the whole experience, from the deal getting done, to the crazy press tour, to the fight week itself, and the aftermath?
Cashing the check.
Can you tell us what you did clear in the end? There was reportedly 100 million.
Yeah, well, it's around that. We're still in the counting game. Some people are saying it's this, other people are saying it's that. You know, you get your show money, then you gather all the other information, the gate, the pay-per-view, the sponsorship revenue, the merchandise sales. It's my first time as a promoter of an event. So it's my first time kind of diving into all of these things. So I'm building a nice little team of auditors to go in and make sure that all these numbers that people are telling me are correct. So right now we're in the...
Strike first. If I am your opponent, what do you do?
Well, for me, there are many ways to attack a body. You can attack the knee is real quick. I can parry that, take that knee in. If it's a lazy low hand like that, I can take it down Bruce Lee style. I can hit the ribs. We know he has sore ribs as well. There are many ways I can win this fight. There are many ways I can inflict pain on my opponent and put him away.
How will Aldo try to attack Conor?
Okay, well, Aldo's a very fast guy, and these guys have been wanting to get at each other. The big question is, can Aldo even get to Conor McGregor, somebody that's got the footwork of Conor, the awkward styles constantly is changing between an orthodox and a southpaw stance. So if Aldo can come out here and try to engage with Conor, that's where we're going to find out. Does his speed trump the notorious ones?
Are you going to take the fight to him, or are you going to let him bring it to you?
As soon as the bell rings, I'm going to go charging forward, open palm, and let the shots fly. Break him down shot by shot. He will crumble.
You know, you seem pretty curious. Why don't you try taking the fight to Conor? Why don't we do that? I feel like you've been sizing him
All right.
up.
Yeah, let's go.
I feel like you've been eyeballing him a little bit.
Oh, that was quick. That was quick.
Did you make the 30
Yeah,
seconds you had talked about
From
earlier?
there, I'm done, right? From there, I'm finished.
I think so, yes.
Wow. I'm glad we were just faking it, because he just looks mean.
You know, like that sports center
Looks
to fall
mean.
back.
So that's it. I'm brave and I'm confident, and I'm going in. I'm going in to represent martial arts as a whole. A true martial artist can overcome any stipulation, any rule set. In my mind, this is Bruce Lee stuff. Be like water. You know, if water enters the cup, it becomes the cup. So this is me entering into a different sport, different rule set, but I will become that sport and that rule set and excel.
There are those who have said that this isn't a sporting contest, that this is all about money. It's been called everything, and you've heard the comments. A circus, a joke. When you hear those kinds of things, how do you respond?
You know, I've heard this every step of the way. He's just a joke. The Joker, I've been called. Until they are in there, then it is no joke. So step by step, one enters, they say the same thing. It's all a joke. He's not for real. He's only talk. He only got here because he's this and that. And I go in and I put my opponent away. I do exactly what I said I would do. Now we're in a new game. It's just another day for me.
Take them high heels off. Yo, it's crazy if you think this man stands a chance. What are you doing with a school bag on stage? You can't even leave.
You had never met him before your world media tour. What did you come to learn about him during that time?
You can't. I didn't really learn much about him. He's a small individual.
He doesn't intimidate you.
Not one bit. I mean, not only am I going to beat him, I'm going to beat him under the specific rule sets that he has, that favor him. It's not a true fight. We're not fighting under no rules or mixed martial arts rules where the field opens up a lot more wider for me. That's confidence from my end. So I'm coming in and stepping into his world, and I am making it my own. Although it has been an illustrious career, fighting is on a fight-by-fight basis. None of my achievements or none of his achievements mean absolutely anything in there. It's two men entering a ring, and that's it. Past plays no part, so I do not care about his record or his achievements. Although I have respect for it, I do not care about it. And on fight night, there will be no respect in there.
What do you respect about him?
He's been, you know, I respect anyone that laces up the gloves or puts on MMA gloves and gets in and competes at any level, whether it's in a hall with 20 people or in a stadium with 1 million people. So if you get in and compete and you are from the same build as me and you shed the same blood, sweat and tears as me, you have my respect. But that's where it stops. At the end of the day, this is a ruthless business, and I must be ruthless in there, and I will be. So when it's all said and done, I will pick him up, I will shake his hand. And he wasn't, when I entered into the clinch, or I took another hook, or when he threw his right hand to put the frame and I took his back, that's all energy on my behalf. That I'm at the putting energy into that. Whereas in a mixed martial arts bout, it's energy that's gonna, you've advanced position and you're in a better position now and you can work. Like when I had his back there, if that was an MMA fight, I can stay on his back and continue to keep hitting him. But in a boxing fight, you put the work in to get the back, but the referee separates it and resets you again. So I'm like, there was somewhere in the middle of it, I was like, I'm using all this energy to get to his back and I'm not landing that many blows that are worth it, but I'm using a lot of energy. And then that's it. He capitalized on me on it. He saw my energy dip, kept his hands up, dipped in low, and what can I say? Okay.
And then just on this, it seems like the praise that you're getting the most is your analysis. Post-fight, how you're able to take responsibility. Yep, he was the better guy tonight, that's no problem, we move on. You're doing it even now, your mind is worrying, you're thinking of every shot, every combination, every clinch. Is this what's exciting you most about it? Just so much stuff to work with now?
I'm a student, I'll always study. I study every single situation. I think in sparring, it was always people backing off. and it was always distance fighting. And then the early rounds, you saw that he couldn't touch me. I don't lose the early rounds ever. There's just a moment where it's like, I can't.
Nice to see that. Conor, going back to the Mayweather fight, the stoppage, in your opinion, now you've watched it back, was it early? Would you prefer to have
Adelaide Bourd's husband. Adelaide Bourd's husband, Robert Bourd. That's all I'll say on that.
Right.
That's her husband. When we came face to face, and we went and we done the rules thing, when Floyd was here, I was here, the ref was here, he was always staring at me. And I'm looking at him staring at me, and I'm like, I could see in the peripheral of my vision that he was just looking at me and he wasn't looking at Floyd. I was almost going to say, he's fighting as well, mate, give him the fucking, give him a rules meeting. You know what I mean, what's going on there? Every time we tied up, he literally wrestled me off him. So, I don't know, it is what it is. I knew I was not going to get a fair shake out there. I thought it was an early stoppage. How the fuck can you stop a fight when there was no knockdowns or nothing previous? The round before, I almost had him dropped. I hurt him to the body. I hurt him to the body the round before. So how the fuck can you, like round 10, then stop it like that when there's a first sign of a wobble? Nah, man, you've got to let these fights go on, so.
And you're used to UFC where they...
Floyd's got 3.
Yeah,
so Floyd's got the one that he got, and he got 2
tax
others.
problems. That's what he's got. Oh, no.
I was lying.
That's heavy shit. That is heavy shit.
It's hard to get out from underneath that.
Fucking right it is.
Take it in and be grateful for it and enjoy the ride.
Have you been able to do that? You've been so busy and you've been pulled in so many different directions that you've been able to step back and kind of analyze these last 2 years?
You know, I enjoy work. I enjoy it. I don't want to be nowhere else. That's what I was saying to my guy yesterday. I was listening to the first episode of Embedded. Jose has his kid and his wife, and they're gonna miss him, and he can't wait to be home. I feel better at work. I enjoy work. You know what I mean? So I don't have nothing else but this, and I don't want nothing else but this. So that will be the difference I feel. You know, I want to be here. I enjoy being here. I don't feel he does.
You're kind of planning on that going forward? No, like growing family, no marriage, all that stuff. This is going to be your life for the next
Right now, I am married to the game. I'm married to this game. So you know, I have a girlfriend. I have my family, of course, but I am married to the game right now.
You talked about the welfare that you had been on prior to your first UFC fights and all, and I was wondering if having that experience, having been there in the past, if it keeps you hungry, getting what you have now and remembering those days.
100%. Like I said, I don't ever forget about it. I never ever forget. Never ever forget where I came from or what I came through. And definitely keeps me motivated. And one thing that I noticed with other people, maybe when they start getting a taste of the good